So there we have it, us mooring up, and a big hello everyone. If you're new to the channel, then my name's Georgia and I live full-time aboard a narrowboat with my partner Dan, our daughter Skylar and a cat named Pack. If you're not new to the channel, you may be wondering where we've been these past few weeks and where Dan is now. Well, we've both been back in work actually. We'd been furloughed out this year due to the pandemic, but we've both been back in work. I work full-time and Dan works part-time, so I work Monday through to Friday and Dan over the weekends. So it's been really difficult for us to actually find the time together to record, and when we do find a bit of time together, we really want to spend that with Skylar and as a family. So apologies that there hasn't been a vlog in the past few weeks. Another thing that's really difficult now it's winter time is finding enough daylight for us to record and to be able to bring you quality vlogs that aren't in poor dim lighting and with terrible sound as well. So we are doing our best to try and get some out for you. It's a Saturday morning, so I've just got a bit of free time, so I thought I'd record this now, otherwise there probably won't be a vlog for another week or goodness knows how long. So I thought I'd record this now while Dan's getting ready for work. And just give you an update on what we've been up to. But one of the biggest changes, as you'll have just seen, is us mooring up on a pontoon. So if you watched our last video, we arrived in Stourport and headed over to the water point in the basin. After that, we actually went over to the pontoon. So this has been a real big change for us, having been continuous cruisers since we moved aboard the boat last year. In today's vlog, I'll run through some of the reasons why we decided upon the pontoon spot and explain how it all came about. But for now, let's go and have a look at the pontoon. So here we are on the pontoon. As you can see, we've got lots of neighbours. Not all of the boats are occupied. Some people visit them, or at least they did before lockdown, and others, a couple of people do live aboard. As you can see, each spot on the pontoon does have a little point for water and electricity too. Here you can see some more of the neighbouring boats, some of which really were rather unusual. And over towards the end of the pontoon here, you can see we've got gated access with a passcode and a lock on the gate there. Over in the distance we've also got some parking spots, some facilities including a shower block and limekiln channelers as well, which is great for getting supplies for the boat. If you are coming up this way, then it's important to note that the laundry facilities that were once at this block are no longer available. I don't quite know when they'll be back up and running, but they haven't been open since we came to the pontoon. There's not much more to show you really, but we will go up to the end of the pontoon where you can see some bigger boats in the basin. As the basin here is a lot deeper than the normal canals and leads to the River Severn through the locks here, some larger boats are able to get through and moor themselves in the basin. So there we have it, a tour of the pontoon. I hope you enjoyed. Let's get back to the boat and I'll tell you more about why we decided to move here. Welcome to the pontoon and our new home. So we had a look at moorings available online through the Canal and River Trust on the Waterside Moorings website. We chose this as opposed to a marina mooring, as looking at the costs it seemed far cheaper at the time. So we actually decided upon the mooring spot in about January time, and that's when we put the deposit down and started paying for the spot. Although in hindsight I think this was probably rather a foolish move. The reason being is because of course in January we were still under the winter stoppages programme, so our mooring spot being in Stourport, us being in I think just approaching Birmingham at the time, meant that we couldn't actually get to our mooring spot for quite a while due to the winter stoppages. And of course after the winter stoppages, when they'd finished, the first lockdown came in about March time, which left us locked down in Birmingham. So after the first lockdown we slowly made our way down to Stourport and we finally reached the mooring spot in August. So the footage that you'll have seen just now, that was actually recorded well before the lockdown, back in August of this year. You can probably tell by how nice Dan's flowers are on the top of the boat. So a lot has happened since we actually came to the pontoon, and we'll be covering that in the next few vlogs. So we've done a lot of DIY work, some renovation in the boat. One of the reasons we wanted to make the most of our time on the pontoon. We don't know how long we'll be here just yet, or whether it will be a long-term thing, but we did want to make the use of being able to have a permanent location in which we can get things in order to renovate the boat. So we've been doing a lot of that. We also had an interesting experience involving some ducks, so we'll also be doing a vlog about that. Some of our close supporters may already know a bit about this. And of course life has to go on, so we've been back in work, Skylar's been out and about. Before the lockdown it was of course Halloween, so we tried to make the most of that. We went out and enjoyed a few family days out, which was really enjoyable. We'll be doing over on our Patreon and YouTube memberships, we'll be doing an exclusive Halloween family fun day out vlog. So we'll show you a few clips of that now. Oh!
I'm going to take the hind leg.
Oh well.
And then you'll stand.
So that's really what we've been up to. So I thought I'd talk today just about some of the reasons why we chose to move on to the pontoon. One of our main reasons was for Skylar, and to be able to access a local nursery school and eventually a local school in order to allow her to access mainstream education. So that was one of the main reasons for wanting to moor up, at least for a bit. Another benefit of the pontoon is being nearby to a local vet's for Pack. You may have spotted us in the car earlier as well. One thing you may not have known is that we have actually been continuously cruising with a car since we moved aboard the boat last year. One of the key benefits of the pontoon is parking space availability, for which there is some in the basin and the nearby streets. And while we're on the subject of the car, that brings me on nicely to our final reason for wanting to moor up, at least for a bit. And that is, when we first bought the boat, we didn't have much time to prepare, and we didn't have much time between moving out of our privately rented accommodation, sofa surfing with family, to going onto the boat, so we weren't actually able to get rid of all the things that we needed to and sort things out. As a result, everything basically went into a storage locker. And up until now, that storage locker has been at least 100-mile round trip away from us while we've been continuously cruising, whereas now from the pontoon it's about a 50-mile round trip for us to go to the storage locker, access it and try to sort through the things and work out what we need on the boat and what we need to sell. And there we have it, our main reasons for wanting to moor up on the pontoon. I do hope you've enjoyed this vlog, and again sorry that it's just me and that Dan's not here, but I hope he will be able to join us for the next vlog. In the meantime, if you enjoyed today's video, then please do leave a like or a comment below and we'll get back to you. One final thing to do is to say a massive thank you to some of our recent supporters. So I just want to say a massive thank you to our first ever YouTube member, Gary Sherod over in America. A big thank you for all of your support on YouTube, on Facebook and in general. We really do appreciate it. Another thank you also to our Patreon supporters and our new members over there, including the Kirkpatrick family, also over in America, so a big hello to you guys and thank you too. And a massive thank you also Will Swan. Thank you very much for your support over on Patreon too. Finally, I'd like to say a big thank you from all of us to anybody who's recently donated via PayPal. We really do appreciate your support too. That's it for today, but I do hope you'll join us next week. We'll do our best to get a vlog up for you, and I hope you do take care in the meantime. So we'll catch you then.